A pro-Trump Senator Markwayne Mullin was trying to hype up Trump and say he's working hard through the weekend on the issues that matter, dealing with this shutdown, and then he was caught in a way that I'll explain. So Markwayne Mullin posted, working through the weekend with President Donald J. Trump. It's always an honor to be in the Oval Office. I never take this opportunity to serve Oklahoma for granted. Now, this photo was taken probably, I'm assuming, on Friday, and we know for certain Trump's not working through the weekend in the Oval Office with you because he went to Mar-a-Lago. What a weird thing to not lie, but mislead about working through the weekend, as Trump that day after he took that photo with you left. So no, he's not. And some of the images, I didn't have the videos, but there's like of what's still going on at Mar-a-Lago. Someone says very Hunger Games-esque. This really wealthy group of people there was like a swim show. These two swimmers doing, pool performances. And fancy food, feasts being served as he's trying to win a legal argument to not have to fully fund food assistance. That contrast, please, I hope people are seeing this. But, number one, Markwayne, you're kind of caught for misleading about when Trump was actually working when you took these photos. But number two, let's examine these photos. It looks like Trump is signing charts for Markwayne Mullin, like autographing some charts that he had, which I don't understand. And then you can tell he has on his desk his own Time magazine cover. And then it gets crazier as Jaden is, let's see, this is not working, guzzling some honey for his cough. But look at this. He has printed out his own Truth Social posts. This is what they're working on. Podcast list, I'll describe. On his desk, he has a plane, replica, pins. He's signing some chart. And then the only other things I can see, he has a Time magazine cover of himself and his own Truth Social posts printed out. Maybe he's autographing his posts for Markwayne. So no, Markwayne, I'm not impressed with Trump's hard work, especially because what was he focused on? One of the things he was focused on lately is not negotiating with Democrats to get out of the shutdown, but trying to get the new Washington Commanders Stadium to be named after himself. Trump pushes NFL team to name $3.7 billion stadium after him. Deranged. Why would you do that? You know that's just not going to work. It's not going to be good for the team. It's going to cause controversy. It's not going to be good for the city and the sales. But he's obsessed. And then March of the Green during the shutdown, just as a little miscellaneous thing. I'm worried I don't even know what's happening. I heard someone make the point that seeing the way she's now being more normal as an act proves that they know what normal and decent looks like, and most of the time just choose not to be that. It's not like they didn't know that you could just act normal, but now that she's on a retribution tour against Trump, which means just being kind of nice sometimes and less deranged, she's posting things like, due to flight delays and cancellations, I took the Amtrak train from DC to Georgia. The sweetest people run the train, and the morning views of my North Georgia mountains made me smile and warmed my heart. Marjorie? Now she starts making some fair criticisms of her party and advocating a little for her constituents finally, and going, maybe the Democrats are right that we shouldn't let healthcare premiums spike. Maybe the tariffs aren't amazing. And all of a sudden, she also, after doing that, can see beauty in the world for the first time in her whole life. That's what I imagine. I imagine she was all pro-Trump and it just made her heart very impeded. And then broke out of that for a second and sees beauty in the world all of a sudden. What a phenomenon. Joe Biden returned. Here he is, our 2028 nominee, ladies and gentlemen, Joe Biden.
When I left the president, I knew Trump was going to take a wrecking ball to the country. But I had no idea, I have to admit, I didn't know it was going to be an actual wrecking ball. And you see what he's done to the east wing of the People's House, the White House?
That's where Jill and I used to go. We always go to the east wing. We have a picnic. She'd put Nutella on my nose. I'd say, stop doing that, Joe. She'd kiss it off. I'd laugh. It tickled the inside of my nose.
It's a perfect symbol of his presidency. Trump is taking a wrecking ball not only to the People's House, but to the Constitution, to the rule of law, to our very democracy. And yet while doing this, Trump at the same time can provide, recently, on his own account, $40 billion line of credit to Argentina without even the government voting for it? Who in the hell does he think he is? No, I'm serious. I'm not kidding about this.
I don't know why something is... Have you ever had like college friends and then grandparents, and then you go to an event and your college friends are interacting and like they never interacted with your grandparents, and it feels like two different worlds are converging? Something about that makes me feel like we're 4 years ago. But he's saying it in this moment, and it's a weird convergence for sure. But yeah, that's where we're at. I'm serious, folks. This is literal, not figurative. The idea. Who the hell does this guy think he is? Who does he think that he is? What the hell happened to JD? That's the show. Thank you so much. Have a good rest of your weekend.